Good evening. Welcome back to the Dispensary Live. This is episode 4. I'm Will. This is.
I'm Brandon.
And I'm Nikki.
Nice.
So tonight we're going to be doing, we've got 2 great segments. We've got, starting out, we had our awesome customer come in. That was fantastic.
Yeah, we have to let everyone know we had to pre-record this. We had to make sure that we can get them in and work with our customer today, but we got an actual customer from the dispensary coming.
Actual one.
Yes.
Right. We're gonna run a clip, and that's what Brandon's saying is we had to run a clip. Everybody's schedules are a little bit tough, so our customer went out of his way to actually come here and do the interview with us today. So it was fantastic.
Yes.
But then we jump into Baked with Nikki, and she made some wonderful brownies today.
We've enjoyed them.
We've tried the brownies today, and they're good. Everybody will agree, I think,
Quite
tonight.
relaxed.
So that's going to be basically the rundown tonight. I want to start out say remember to subscribe, like. Last week, Brandon,
Follow.
The last podcast, you gave away a sweatshirt, t-shirts. What else did you give away?
Yeah, we got a little merch. We got some grab bags now. It just came in. July 4th's coming up. Shout out to the July 4th promo. Spend $100 bucks, get a free grab bag.
The 2nd, the 3rd, and the 4th.
Correct.
2nd, 3rd, and the 4th. There's a poster right here.
Yeah.
I totally forgot.
They're in all the stores too, and on our webpage and our Facebook page, and all those other things you should be liking, following, and subscribing to.
Yep.
But,
so they're cool. So if you like, subscribe, I can find you, and we'll get you some stuff. So, yes.
But then we're gonna jump into this segment. We had Mr. Josiah.
Incredible dude.
Incredible.
It was a good time. He's a cool dude.
We actually had a couple takes with it too. It was a little bit fun going from that live segment. You guys, like Nikki, you missed a lot of laughs when it came down to how it went down today.
Yeah, we had customers roll in mid cut. It was cool.
I was getting brownie.
Nikki was
ready.
making these brownies.
Yeah,
Not making them. I was getting it ready so we could make.
Oh, so we
So
could.
people
make them.
could make them.
Yes, sorry. There you go.
All right, but we are going to jump into this customer segment now, and we hope you enjoy this clip.
Well, we have an ad.
Dispensary
I don't
Live.
mean to cut you
Brandon
off
and
there.
I are
We
gonna
do have an
welcome our
ad.
special
No?
guest Josiah.
No,
Not
ad.
yet. Okay, thank you, Josiah.
Absolutely.
Good
Stopping
to talk
in.
about.
I know I kind of reached out to him, and here he is, reluctantly responded back to an email. Yeah.
So if you guys watched our last podcast, we said we were going to reach out to some customers because we wanted some customer interaction, and we wanted to find out like what brings the customers to us, and how the customer feels about our products. Josiah is not a paid actor. We're going to disclose that right away.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
But apparently you started out at shopping out at our Green Bay East store.
Yes. Started there. Got introduced there. Just literally looking up the dispensary, not meaning to actually be looking up the dispensary. I was just looking up a dispensary if there was anyone around. Because I had originally gotten introduced to Delta 8, and I was like, there's got to be more than just at a regular CBD store. And so that's when I started looking it up. Sure enough, I'm like, all right, headed there and went to the Green Bay East and walked in and just overwhelmed in a good way of just all the different things. I didn't know Delta 8 was around. Honestly, that's really kind of the biggest thing that came out of it was just, I didn't know how heavy of an industry it was becoming.
So I guess, one, I guess I'd like to say, one, you're not from Wisconsin originally.
No.
So you've tried Delta 9 products in legal states as well?
Oh yeah, absolutely. And it compares, I mean, it to me, I would say I have a pretty high tolerance. And to me, like, really the difference is exactly kind of what they tell you from the beginning. It's the paranoia that kind of goes away, not fully again, but it is way better. It feels a whole lot better, feels more pure. That's the kind of thing that I would say. Because then if I ever do go back to THC 9, it ends up being like it's too heavy or too much. And I'm like, okay, and I'm tired immediately, or no matter what the strain or this, that, and the other. And so like I like this because to me now it's my version of a beer after work or something like that.
Okay. So to other customers out there, to the ones that are like, oh, I don't want that Reggie weed. Like, I want that real
I
stuff.
say that too.
Yeah. What would you say? How would you say this is that fake weed, or what would you call it?
No, I absolutely would not say this is fake. Especially because what you guys said from the very beginning, like you make your own products. So like that's a big safety thing for me when I'm hearing that you guys make your own products. To me, that makes me go, okay, they are putting right things into it. They're putting, because obviously you don't want to be putting bad things into it as a company, because you don't want that. But yeah, no, it's that type of thing, because it does not feel fake. So why would you be saying it's fake? And that's the thing. It's like there's no reason to say that or feel that. I mean, you definitely are sitting there going, this is legal. but but yeah, other than that.
Definitely the biggest thing that we have to explain to people here. Actually, the guy that just came in just before was saying that he didn't really know the difference.
Yeah.
And so we had to just explain to him, break down there's different
Absolutely.
forms of THC, and that's just what it is. So yeah, got that. You got that handled.
Yeah, that last the customer before the one who converted, he's like, yeah, I was a Delta 9 user as well, and it's like I found this.
For that paranoia reason.
Absolutely.
That paranoia reason is the biggest thing. We're finding that people are coming back and saying like, I don't like that paranoia. This 8 is just perfect. Sits
Absolutely.
in there nicely.
So raw, uncut answer. You
Yep.
said you walked into the store, you felt overwhelmed in a good way. I guess, the feedback, because we try and put a lot of time and effort into not only the training, the education, the look, the appearance, because we don't want this. We're not trying to be a head shop.
Absolutely.
We're not. Everything, it's some people said, oh, you're like an Apple store, everything's behind glass.
Exactly.
It's clean, it's crisp. That's all this guy, Brandon, that's what we call him. Brandon the brand.
Yeah, that's new. It's sticking. You're
It's
starting
sticking.
I like
It's
it.
sticking.
But he's done a great job with not only the logos, labeling, but when you said you felt overwhelmed in a good way, what did you notice? Like,
well, I guess this is kind of it's in a good way. Like you can tell that you guys put in the effort to make sure that you want us to know what's here for you. And then even in the customer service side of things, you have your employees that are sitting here giving you all the information you need. They're very welcoming the moment you walk in. Even when you're leaving, they're making sure you have a good day and this, that, and the other. Granted, I know that's customary, but you don't get that everywhere. And so like there's that you get from just going into the stores. But then again, the product are sitting there ready for you right there. I mean, it is for you. It's everything explained. You got the prices, everything. When you walk in, it's overwhelming because there's so much to choose from. You don't know what to choose, especially for someone who hasn't done it in a while. So like that's the biggest thing, because then the employees are there to help you, and they do. They like. It feels like you got an answer for everything. You got someone who wants to come in and say, I'm heavy on this, heavy. And you got someone go, all right, I got you. Then you got the other people who are like, I'm here for this reason and this reason alone. And that same employee can go, all right, I know what you need. I know what you need for that. And that's that and the other. That you can tell that's been, I don't want to say taught, but talked about. But at the same time, it's genuine and authentic to the point where you can go, are you guys even talking about it? Because it's kind of both. You see the effort, and then you're going like, but no effort probably needed to be had at the same time, because you got great people out there representing the company.
Very, very happy to hear that.
all right, trivial question,
Okay.
because Brandon and I want to know this. Did they tell you that we make all of our own products?
Yes, they did.
They're good.
They're from the very beginning. That's one of the first things that's said. Whenever, because like I was like, I'm new to all of this here. Like I've been to CBD stores and it's been in a corner, and they tell you what they can tell you because they're not heavy into it yet. But then you come in here and then you've got all the answers. And then the very first thing is said, like, that's the difference, is we actually make all of our product. Like this is all us. And then, Ashton here, he'll be sitting here. I'll be coming in and getting my peanut butter cups, and he'll be like, they're 50 milligrams, but they may not be 50 milligrams. Maybe a little bit more than that. But he lets you know. He gives you that information before you walk out, so that you're not going in and doing something that you don't know. And so that's the biggest thing. It's that, because it's safe. And it's to me, that's the only reason I come back, is safety. Because out there, and like we've talked about before, out there, if you're going and getting it from anybody, you don't know what's being made and how it's being made or anything like that. And you come in here and being said that it's made by us, just immediately safe.
Quality and consistency for us. Yeah, we love that. Vertically integrated.
Oh, vertically integrated is fantastic. I mean, some people say, oh, we're soil to oil, or we're seed to shelf. And there are people trying to replicate the business models, which we get that. We love that. We love that people want to be like us.
That's exactly what it is. Yes, it's trying to be done.
It is. It's trying. It's very complicated, because the one part that we try and emphasize is we want to educate our customers as they come in. We want to be able to be an opportunity for anybody in the community. One of our other stores, the police department will bring products that they find at gas stations or other places, and bring it into our bud tenders or our store managers to say, hey, can you help us identify? Is this real? And funny story, we actually, the police brought in some of these gummies, and they brought it into our store, and this little sticker said Delta 8. But the second you take the little sticker off, underneath it says Delta 9 California label.
Wow.
Because these distributors, and this isn't trying to take a shot, but some of these guys purchasing will put Delta 9 on the shelf. and maybe they don't know it because these distro companies are just out there throwing it now because it's been a wild west.
That's
and
crazy.
And in our segments of politics, maybe we'll bring you back for some politics.
One of
because
these episodes we're doing that.
yeah, we got to jump into some politics. But the problem with that being, let's say it really is Delta 9 and you have that in your car and you get stopped.
Exactly.
That gas station or that CBD store that sold you something that is not legal, well, that's too bad. It's in your car. You can say where you got it from, but that's just you calling out your dealer, but you still have an illegal product in your car, and that's not okay. We want to protect our customers pretty heavily on that. And that's why we stay away from some synthetics. We do third-party testing. We make all of our own stuff in-house. We enjoy that. We can say it, soil to shelf.
We try to stick away from the vending machines here. I know that you can buy them at the vending machines. I would recommend that. You'd like to know what you're getting.
No, absolutely.
That's one thing for us. I know that's Will's touching on that right now. But customer safety, you coming in here feeling like you're getting educated. That's cool.
I don't go to a Chevy dealership to buy a Mercedes, and I don't go to a Mercedes dealership to buy a Chevy.
Absolutely. Why would you?
You don't. Like that's not how it works.
Exactly.
So you've been in the stores. Now you've switched. You come here to Green Bay West. And Green Bay West, what's been your best interaction, or what have you learned about this industry or this product that was something that you took home and the reason you're a returning customer?
The biggest reason I come here is because it's closer to home. That's the biggest reason I come here. Location. That's the biggest thing. But past it, like the constant coming back is, I mean, one, obviously location, yes. But the other thing is, I mean, Ashton's been amazing. Not to say anything about Green Bay East. They're amazing as well there. It's just,
Green Bay.
Yeah, they're amazing over there and everything like that. But when I come in here, Ashton just, I mean, he knew who I was the moment I walked in. Whenever after finding out that I was on the podcast, I walked in and he goes, "Oh, so you're gonna be on the podcast?" I was like, "So you do know who I am?" So yeah, so like it's that familiarity. I mean, you get to come in. I mean, I'm a weekly customer, so like I come back in and Ashton's already pulling down, getting the peanut butter cups for me. Like the moment I'm walking in. So like it's a camaraderie. It's everything that you want when you're coming back, and that's the main reason. I mean the biggest reason why is obviously product. I want to come back if I can get the product, but like you come back to the same places over and over again because of your experience, and that's why.
And little thing for the people who should follow, like, or subscribe. Since Josiah's been with us and following that, he got this email. And by coming on the show, we're hooking him up with a whole bunch of product today. We're going to have him experiment. He's got some Delta 10 peanut butter cups. He's got some THCP in a tincture form, which that's too strong for me. It's just, man, I wish you the best of luck.
Yeah. That'll be fun. That'll make for a good weekend.
Ashton may not see me for a while. So.
You're hooked up for a minute there.
But for Josiah's wife, he said he's going to take some chocolates and he's going to make a really nice romantic night. He's going to make some chocolate-covered strawberries.
Dip some strawberries in that.
Yeah,
we'll see. Okay.
He said he's even going to get flowers. Like he's going to hook you up.
Well, so. I think we have a bake with Nikki segment later. Maybe.
I think we do.
I don't know.
I don't know what Nikki, I don't know, but yeah, Baked with Nikki's coming up. So tune in for the Baked with Nikki section. That's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But coming into it, I just want to say thank you again for being not only a loyal customer, the feedback. We love to hear that, right? Like the efforts at sometimes feel like you don't recognize it. There's days, especially with the locations we have, we get different customers, different types. We've got the different family in every store, but our customers, we want them to be a family of like their mascot. Like here, I bet Ashton hasn't given you this, but did you know this store is the Golden Gnomes? That's his mascot. He's got some up there.
That's the mascot, the Golden Gnomes. Okay, no, I did not know that.
Every store has a mascot, and that'll be something that we've been playing with a little bit more. We're trying to integrate stores because you as a customer, like once we have a mascot challenge, how many customers can they see with mascot shirts or mascot type of stuff? And we're going to start trying to build that rapport to get more mascot stuff.
Heck yeah.
We just want to have fun with you as a customer.
We're trying to get down to the customer level to try to see what like would be really cool for like you to do or would be fun. But
yeah, what do you like? What do you think would be great?
I mean, it's really kind of anything. I mean, I saw that you guys have if I remember correctly, what I saw on social media is you guys are sponsoring at least a hole or something at a golf event or something like that. Or you have in the past or something like that. Like that stuff's amazing. Like that's getting it out there, letting people know and understanding like it's not bad. Like, I mean, for me, like I said, this is my beer after work. Like that's what I take it as. because I don't like alcohol, but this is not doing anything to me. At least that's how I feel. And so like it doesn't feel bad. I don't feel bad waking up in the morning. I don't feel this, that, and the other. It just better. And so like putting that out there and letting people know, like you're at golf events, you're at things like that. I mean, that's massive. But I mean, to be completely honest, like you've already have me roped in. So it's hard for me to sit here and say like, what more can it be done? But because like I'm roped in. You got me. I mean, that's the biggest thing.
Well, appreciate all the kind words.
Yeah, no problem.
We got to start hashtag Josiah. That's what we got to do so that way we can start seeing it.
It's a regular podcast.
Yeah, we're gonna have to bring you back on. Get like 20 hashtags, and we're bringing you back on.
Hey, I'll do it. No problem.
We're gonna give you 2 Delta 10 peanut butter cups before you come back on the show. So we'll.
Oh
we'll
gosh,
you'll
get some too. Hey, that'll be a good podcast.
Welcome back. Sorry about that one little
Thank
technical
you.
difficulty.
Thank
you so much.
Not a problem.
We got an advertisement coming up.
Again,
and as soon as we get back,
loyalty was great.
we look
Hope you
back
enjoyed
to
the
see-
segment.
Thanks for coming
Make
in.
sure you
Yeah,
follow,
absolutely.
like, subscribe,
We
and
sent him
share.
home.
Get a chance to
We
win
did a
some
little
swag.
shout out. And
If you give a shout out,
his wife
Brandon's
saying
going
the
to send you some
chocolates, he's
product.
gonna go
Last
home
show,
and make
we had some
chocolate-covered
sweatshirts go out, we had a t-shirt go
Yeah,
out.
so maybe
We
they're
had some
watching.
stuff.
Doing the strawberry
wanna give
thing.
more away.
Wasn't
But
a ton,
moving
so
back on, talking about
come
some
on, like,
food
oh,
and
you
some
guys gotta do
desserts.
better. Just
You
do
guys
better.
had an opportunity to do
What
the
is the-
cake with
do
Nikki
1%
today.
better.
Yeah,
Well,
there it
Nikki
is.
better.
Yeah, every day.
Yeah,
These
1%
brownies that
better.
are right in
Well,
front of us
Josiah,
right here.
thank you so much
Should we do a
again.
commercial first?
And
or-
we look forward to having you back.
We go right to the
Absolutely.
next segment.
Yeah, we're gonna go right into your segment. But
All right.
anything fun See or you guys anything
later.
crazy happened during the segment? Like, what was the best part about it?
Do you want to tell them something about what happened today? I don't
Yeah.
know. It was
Anything
a good
fun?
time. We all know I can't cook or bake, so
Yeah.
Well, I haven't seen the clip yet, so I'm
So
excited
we
to run.
we taught Brandon a lot about different ingredients.
oh yeah, sure. Like the different distillates you can use to make
Yeah.
products, nanowave.
You can use
different stuff.
nanowave, yeah. We talked a little bit about decarbing.
Yeah.
Not a lot because it's
Welcome to
it's a
Bake
different
with
way.
Nikki.
We'd have to have a whole
I have
segment
Brandon
on
with
it.
me
Yeah.
and Liza.
Well, I haven't seen it yet.
So
I'm
we're
excited
going
see
to
it.
make
Let's jump into it. I want to see how these
some
brownies are made. They
homemade
taste
cannabis
delicious.
brownies. There's a whole bunch of different ways to do this. We're going to use vanilla coffee, D8 egg, distillate, extract, whatever you want to use for terms. You can do it a whole bunch of different ways. You actually have the option of using nanowave as well to simplify this process for you. You can actually use a pre-made brownie mix if you want to use the nanowave or something too, but we're going to do this from scratch. So here we go.
Started. I don't know anything about baking, so Nikki, you can.
We're going to
show
start
me.
with some ingredients.
Okay, lay it down.
All right, let's start with flour. This is all-purpose flour.
Okay.
So we're going to dump that into the dry ingredient bowl.
I'm learning there's a difference between dry and wet ingredients.
Woo.
So here we go.
So you can use more flour or less depending on how fudgy or how dense you want your brownies. It'll all be in the recipe at the end. And then next we are going to add in the cocoa powder, unsweetened. Ooh, it's in the dry ingredients one as well.
Okay.
And then we are going to mix this and make sure there's no clumpy, lumpy bumpies in there.
Do I have to do anything while this is going on?
No.
Just watch.
You just watch and
Okay.
learn what these are dry ingredients.
Okay, there you go. We can.
Kind of like my
We'll pound that into
personality
the
at times.
Okay.
So,
Same here.
mhm,
Same
yes. All right, there we go. And then we are going to add in some salt. I prefer Himalayan sea salt, but weird.
here. Oh wow, it's pink.
Yeah, it's Himalayan sea salt. It's still a dry ingredient. And then we are going to add in some baking powder,
Not baking soda.
not baking soda.
Okay, everyone knows
Not
that.
soda.
There you go.
Powder. And then we're going to mix that around, and we will be setting that one to the side for later use. Ooh.
Sounds good.
Wet ingredients, which is really confusing because the sugar, it's still dry.
Okay. Yeah. Yes.
But it's
don't
going to be wet
confuse me.
soon.
Don't confuse me anymore. There you go.
So we'll put the sugar in. That's the regular white sugar.
Okay.
And then we're going to add in some light brown sugar.
Perfect.
And then we need to add in, using olive oil, and we're going to infuse it with the D8 as well.
That we have going on
That is
over
going on here with the coconut oil. So there are two different oils that we're using to get to our oil component for this. So first we'll have her dump in the olive oil because your distillate needs to be warm to be incorporated in there, especially ours. It's very, very thick and dense. So you do need to warm it up at about 180 in the oven for a few minutes. And in a little puck, I'd put it on a cookie sheet and then take and pour it in. So
Is that what's happening right there?
I use a magnetic mixer because I'm weird
Okay.
and scientisty, but they don't have to do this. This is just me infusing.
Okay.
As long as it's warm, it'll go in because it's too thick to go in otherwise.
I don't have a fancy magnetic mixer.
I know.
Warm it up and put it in.
I play mad scientist sometimes, so I have one.
So if you don't have that, then you want to
Just to warming it up in the oven at 180, and then you can put it in with your, if you want to warm your olive oil in and mix it all in there together, it'll all get blended.
and it won't melt the puck.
And it won't melt the puck. No, that's why it's silicone. It's because that's why it's silicone. You can just put it, I put it, like I had it put it in the cookie sheet. I put it in there, let it warm up, and then I just poured it. But the biggest thing you need to know is how much you're dosing. I'm making roughly 25 to 30 milligram per serving. And so you need to actually properly dose, you need to know what the potency is of the distillate that you're using or whatever you're using to do this. So ours is, to be on the safe side, I'm saying 95%. Sometimes it's a little bit stronger, sometimes it's a little bit weaker, but I'm using the average of 95%. So if you want a brownie that's 25 milligrams, you need 1.05 times that to get to the 25 milligrams. So it's a little bit over 25 milligrams per serving. So I put 237 roughly milligrams into this for 9 servings to make that.
There you go.
Yes.
I was just gonna say, we don't have to decarb. I know a lot of
We
people ask
don't.
about that when doing it with flour.
With doing it with distillate, you don't have to decarb. When you do it with flour, you do decarb it. It depends on what you're going to. Also, you need the COA. Sort of, so if you're going for THCA, the biggest thing with decarb is to make sure you stay at a certain thing. 240 degrees is the normal.
Temperature.
Yeah, in the oven. And for about 40 minutes to do flour. And then you'll decarb the flour that way.
I don't even know
And
what
then
decarb means.
there's a way.
How does that?
There's a way then you can make crock pot oil or butter or anything else like that to make your rest of your ingredients.
Distillate can go right in.
Yeah, distillate can go right
you
in.
Buy a puck from these at the
Yeah,
shop.
puck.
and
We
just-
use like vanilla coffee, but you can also use nanowave if you want to use the powder.
We do have nanowave.
And it's much easier than even having to deal with the oil getting all over your hands and all over your dishes and everything else.
So
So-
for those who don't know, that's just a water soluble, can be cooked with.
Cooked with, put in drinks, anything. So it's the easiest way to do it, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
And then we need to add a tablespoon of vanilla. I like to wing it. I like more vanilla in mine. So
I would as well.
yeah.
Can I have this batch when we're done?
Well, we're going to take it back to the office for later on.
He's got it. Yes.
So, yes.
Everybody can enjoy.
Yeah.
We'll share. Okay.
And so then once we've got the wet ingredients mixed together, eggs. Oh yeah, we should probably put some of those in there, huh? Because they're wet.
Yeah.
Because it's really dry looking right now if we don't. 1 egg.
I was gonna offer to do it.
Here, you can do the other one.
Crack an egg?
I don't want to mess it up. Actually, if anything, I can do eggs
Look at
really
that.
well.
Woo!
Eggs really well.
Brandon,
I make
Brandon's
a good-
baking.
I make a good breakfast.
Oh, you did get one shell in there, though, bud.
That's what we usually crack into it. Okay, I'll give you another baking. You usually crack your egg into a separate bowl in case there's something wrong with the egg too, or in case you get shells in there.
Perfect.
But
Everybody
yeah,
now
well, that's
knows
what my mom
I
told
can't
me.
crack
I like less dishes, but yeah.
All right, so this. Is
So do you want to
going
use the mixer on the eggies? Here,
Doesn't matter to me.
we'll zap it real fast. I'll let you keep the spoon. Aren't I nice? Get loud. Especially because I want to get the beaters dirty.
on? No, you don't eat off those.
Well, no, it's raw egg right now.
Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't stop me.
Quick comment.
This is now. Now you fold in the dry into the wet.
Okay, perfect.
And then you stir it a little bit. stir it some more, stir it some more. I did this earlier. I was test running it, and I used an electric mixer on it, and I went, psh, and that was chocolate.
This happened today?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, when I was doing my test run before this.
You don't mix it a little bit first. All
Yeah,
that dry
it goes right up your nose. It was great.
Oh, wow. That would
Got
have
me
been a
a-
great blooper
Yep,
reel.
yep. Would have been great.
So,
I-
I think you have
They-
different temperatures for stuff, too.
This
Did you wanna
is
talk
this will
about
bake
that?
at 350. The temperatures for decarbing, and everything's at 240. And that just depends if you're using CBD flour, because you can use any kind of cannabinoid flour, CBD, CBG,
Yeah.
CBN, THC.
So that's probably the most confusing part for me about that, is doing it from the flour. But
Yeah.
that's why this is real
This
nice.
is why it's so much easier. The flour is the old school way of doing it,
Yeah.
and it takes so much longer because then you have to decarb it, then you have to infuse it into the oil, and then you have to strain all the flour back out because then it becomes infused into the oil. This is already done for you.
Look at that. Yeah.
Yes. Would you
And
like to
that's vanilla
spray the? Yeah, vanilla coffee seems the most logical. Do you want to spray the pan? Depends on what you're making. If you're making other cookies and stuff like that, you can use different flavors.
Way too much. Oh my God, I'm sorry.
Well, usually we spray over the sink so we don't get it all over the cabinets.
See, I'm learning. Everybody, I'm learning. Okay.
So,
And
and
vanilla
that.
coffee is really good. I've done the cherry pie one too.
Ooh. Oh, yeah.
And a lemon one too. But it all depends what you're
it
making.
depends what you're making.
Liza made some recipes before.
Yes, Liza is actually Bobby Bean's wife. I don't know if she wants us to share that or not,
Oh,
but
goodness.
You guys all know
Claim
Bobby?
'em. How's
yeah,
that?
yeah.
Bobby has a segment, I think, later.
Yeah,
So we'll be watching that.
Yes, with the how high are they or whatever.
Was
Yeah.
it worth it?
Was it worth
Was
it?
it worth it?
Spilling the beans.
Spilling the beans. There we go. Well, eventually we'll figure out what our things are called here.
What did you make last time?
Yeah, she had recipes up for.
I make a lot of cookies. So I've done chocolate chip, I've done sugar cookie. My grandma used to make butter balls, they're called, which are just similar to like a snowball some people make. The cherry pie one is really good on those. That's pretty much, I've done a lot of cookies. This is actually the first time I've done brownies.
Yeah, we went simple for this segment of brownie making. Yep.
And we are ready.
Yes.
It is
And then,
next.
Brandon, do you want to dump it into the bowl?
Oh, God. You guys.
We'll help you.
Just get it.
25 minutes later now, we're going to pull the brownies out of the oven. And we have a completed batch. They're ready to enjoy and eat. Let them cool for a little bit. You can add some icing, cut them up, enjoy, but remember to weed responsibly.
The French-Irish Coalition with Julian Rothau on the guitar and Travis Bushek on the drums. The Return to Stillbank Brewery, presented by Flatline Studios. Click the link to watch now.
Another shout out, Flatline Studios, and give them big props. They've got some really cool support for local bands, so definitely check out Flatline Studios. But back here on the show, it's time for the segment of Spilling the Beans with Bobby.
Spilling the beans. I like
like-
these mics. These are really nice.
I know, I like it.
I just feel important, even though I'm not.
You are very important, Beans. You're very, very important. Regional manager at the North, Spilling the Beans segment guy.
That's right. That's
He's
right.
also, I mean, let's talk about your cricket skills. Your cricket skills.
Don't even get me going on that.
This guy, you wouldn't know by appearance. He puts on a flannel, puts on his big hat, gets ready for deer hunting, and packs his cricket. And he makes T-shirts and all sorts of other cool little things. It's pretty awesome.
It's something.
If you give a big shout out, say we love you, Bobby Beans. Maybe Bobby Beans will send you a custom shirt.
You
like
never
and
know.
subscribe and say we love the beans. Maybe we hashtag Spilling the Beans.
Spilling the beans hashtag. That sounds
Yeah,
pretty
I
catchy.
like it. I like it. Well, what are you going to do with it today?
Well, I figured we'd kind of throw it back to the Was It Worth It segment that we did there a couple ones back. As you guys know, we work diligently in every day to make sure we find the best videos on the web for you guys. So make sure you tune in to every episode. We'll keep things fresh for you, get you a couple laughs for the week. The first video that I found ties into the 4th of July. I mean, what's more American than hot dog and smoking weed? Let's roll the tape.
Seems pretty American.
You guys asked for it. Cheers.
A for ingenuity, man. Like, was it worth it for him, dude?
Absolutely.
Yeah. I
mean,
know.
he's celebrating the 4th of July early, like just checking off the list.
Is that like that's not? I mean, it's a camping weekend, 4th of July.
Yeah.
You could
Bring
shoot
the
a
hot
bottle rocket out of the hot dog while you're
Well,
eating, right?
I mean, you guys shouldn't do that.
Yeah, you should not do
we
that.
shouldn't do
Weed
that, but
responsibly.
Theoretically, you could.
Right. Theoretically. We'll
sure.
find it on the internet.
Exactly. So moving on to video number 2. There's a lot of interest these days in healthy eating. I would know nothing about that, as you can tell. But I did do a little digging into it, and I found a take on green tea that I thought maybe we should try out. So,
Green tea.
yeah, let's roll the tape and see
Okay,
what we
you
got.
want to roll it? All right, let's check out.
Rush. This is how you make weed tea, baby. Yeah, you gotta use 2 filters. Oh, it smells like shit. There's the weed tea.
Ew.
What a rush!
Oh my god, are we gonna drink
Yeah,
that?
it worked.
Cheers,
What
son.
a rush!
Oh my god! It's so bad! Oh, holy shit! Oh my
Oh,
god.
I'm feeling it already.
Oh no, absolutely not.
Yeah, I did.
No, man. Like the girl in the middle like almost vomited that back up.
Well, and would it really make that green of a substance? I feel like you might have doctored that a little bit. I was trying to figure that out. Maybe you should try that when you get home.
You know what? I don't know.
Either way, terrible idea.
It
But
does.
it had to be incorporated.
They should try a smoothie next time. I want to see those same 3 people turn that into a smoothie and see how that turns out.
I would agree. I'd agree. And then lastly, we definitely had to hit home with the 4th of July coming up, obviously, as the holiday weekend approaches. And there's a lot of things you shouldn't do. And this guy checks off a couple boxes in that category.
Does this involve fireworks?
No, actually, surprisingly not.
Okay, surprising. I figured 4th of July something
Right.
was going to blow up on this.
Let's roll the tape.
Well, I like his sweatshirt.
Must in the bone, what could go wrong? That's some mids. I need some natural light. Natty light? Yeah, that's right.
That guy is. Bob, it came down to what the hell am I watching?
I know, right?
Why is this guy
It's
putting
everything you don't need in the guy that you're at a party with? Am I right? Like,
that's the guy you make sure you never get to a party. Like he's gonna wreck your shit. Something bad's gonna happen. That is not. It was worth it. It was funny as hell to watch. So it was
Right.
worth it. That he may
But no.
need. I think the guy needs some counseling.
I would say so. Him
Yeah.
and his friends, like somebody's got to keep that guy in check.
Or he should meet up with the guy with the hot dog because then he's got some mustard for the
That's
hot
true.
dog. The
That's
guy
true.
was lacking some mustard.
They could share that out. But as always, guys, we just get a little collab of some videos together for you. Share a couple laughs for your work week, if you will, and whatnot. So stay tuned. Again, these are videos that what not to do. Obviously, here at the dispensary, we recommend you weed responsibly. That's why it is in our logo.
That's why
and
you
our
start
slogan.
low. Start low, go slow.
Start low and go slow.
All right, Bobby Beans, we're going to be excited to see what you bring back on the next one.
Let's go.
You seem to have turned it up a little bit on this one. They're pretty genuine on things that we should not do.
Definitely.
But yeah, let's get back to our next advertisement. Thanks a lot again, Beans.
Yeah, you bet.
Have a great day.
You too.
The French-Irish Coalition with Julian Rothau on the guitar and Travis Bushek on the drums. The Return to Stillman's Brewery, presented by Flatline Studios. Click the link to watch now.
All right, and everybody, welcome back. Everybody's just settling back in. We got Brad and Nikki back up here. But now we're going to get to our next segment, Weeducation with Mr. Ashton. Mr. Ashton today, apparently a lot of people are inexperienced with rolling joints or how to put one together with rolling papers. So today, Mr. Ashton is going to give a really good episode on how to roll a joint. It looks like it turned out, and then you get to see Mr. Brandon test it out.
I will contest. I will also contest rolling joints is hard. So when he puts
Is it as
this,
hard as baking?
I don't know. For me, I can't do it. No.
I'm glad they didn't roll. I'm glad they didn't roll the joint before they did the baking, because otherwise we don't know what we would have came up with.
Anyway, so yeah, I smoked this thing. Should I grade Ashton's joint?
All right, yeah.
Grade Ashton's joint.
Yeah, give it a grade right now on a scale of 1 to 5, 5 being the best.
I hope he's watching.
Okay, I hope he is too.
I would give it about a 3.
Ooh.
I know.
Ouch. All right, well let's
Joint rolling contest next
All right,
week at work.
No,
let's
not
get
by
to
me
the
though.
next
Not by
segment.
me.
Let's roll on.
Anthony would be pissed.
We're getting to it. We're gonna see.
Hey guys, I'm Ashton. We're here in the GB West dispensary. Today I'm going to be going a deep dive in on how to roll a joint, how to actually light it properly, how to get it to smoke really good, that whole sort of thing. So for starters, what you're going to need here is some good flour. Today we got our newer Agent Orange, some of our top shelf. I have some zigzag papers, really whatever you prefer, and then generally some sort of filter. I usually just cut up a paper plate. I'm able to get a bunch of different filters out of one piece that way, so that works really good. And then the biggest tip I recommend for people that are starting out with rolling is you're going to want to actually glue 2 of your papers together. So you can see how this is double wide and there's a seam visible in the middle. This is actually 2 papers glued together. This is the 1 1¼ size. Otherwise, if you get the double wides, you don't need to glue it together. But overall, that give that you have with the more paper is going to work a lot better. So I definitely recommend you do it that way until you get more comfortable. It'll just be a lot easier in the long run. So the next step that we're going to do is just really quickly grab some of our top shelf Agent Orange flour and give it a good grind. Okay, so once you get your flour all ground up, then usually what you want to do, you can use an ID or like a playing card or whatever. Usually just the back of your rolling paper thing will work good. So you're going to want to grab your paper, usually a double wide. That's usually going to work a lot better for you. And then you're going to just kind of scoop your flour into there, whatever method you prefer. Really just trying to scoop it all in there, and you want to usually, especially in the beginning, you want to grind up a lot more than you think you're going to roll into there, just because you're going to be spilling a lot. So once you get that all in there, then they call it rolling a joint because you're actually rolling the paper. So what you want to be doing is, this is the movement that you're going to have going. So you can see that I'm actually rolling the paper back and forth, and that's going to roll the flour into a circular shape. So as I'm rolling like this, it's going to create a nice rounded little log in there, and you can see that helps to create the shape, but you want to push down nice and firm with your fingers to actually keep it nice and packed, while using the rolling technique like this really to just round it out a little bit, clean it up a little bit more. And then if you're rolling with a filter, I usually prefer to stuff it in at the end, but you're going to want to make room for it. So as you can see, that's all nice and rolled in there. It's all like a solid piece. So I'm going to just kind of remove a small bit right there on that end. Maybe put a little bit back in just because the filter is a little bit smaller on this one. And then once you find that you have a good shape that you're happy with, you're going to want to roll to the end of the paper that you have available. And then you need to tuck that behind the flour. I prefer to use a straight edge, the same straight edge that you scooped it with. That always works really good. It's kind of known as the dollar bill trick, because back in the day, they would use a dollar bill to do this. But then you just want to tuck that behind there with that and kind of roll up onto it a little bit, and you can remove it. And that whole edge is tucked for you. So now all you need to do is hold firm while rolling up onto it. And then once you get to your edge, which I forgot to mention, the shiny side is going to be the glue side. So you want to make sure that's facing you. And then if you're smoking with a group of people, you're probably going to want to use some water. Otherwise, you can just use you can lick it if you're smoking on your own. But with the corona going around, maybe don't lick it when you're smoking with a couple people. But then all you need to do is seal that edge around and give it a nice good pat down, kind of make sure it's stuck properly and it looks totally glued properly. And then from this point, you would actually roll the filter into it. And there's a specific way you can roll the filter that generally is going to help from the particles from going through. And you want to fold it once on itself, and then you fold it back on itself. So like fold that way and then fold back on itself, and then again. So it's three folds in half, and then from there you're going to roll it. And it might not make a lot of sense in the beginning, but once you actually roll it, you'll be able to see there's somewhat of an M or a W in there, and that's just going to help to filter the flour out a little bit. So once you have your filter cut, or you buy your filter, you're going to identify which end you're going to be lighting and then which end you intend to smoke from. This end looks to me like the smaller end, and that's the one that I'm going to want to smoke from, or put the filter in rather. So you would just fill the filter into that, and then from there you can kind of just let it expand a little bit. And if you don't roll it too tight, it'll expand outwards like that. And then from there, if it seems a little bit loose, you can take other pieces of paper that you just fold in half and kind of put them in there to tighten that up a little bit. And then from here, with the end of a pencil or something like that, or your finger, if you roll it wide enough, you want to give it a little bit of a pack down. And then generally, if you're lighting it right away, you don't so much need to do this, but if you're maybe rolling it for later, you're going to want to give it a nice pinch and kind of twist it, but you just got to be careful that you're only twisting the actual paper, just because some people will twist it so hard that the flour at the very end will like roll tighter, and it'll be like a harder piece that won't light very good, or you'll go to light it and then that will actually like fall off. So you just want to make sure that you're only twisting the paper and not actually twisting the flour into like a tighter log or whatever. And then from there, you should be clear to give it a light. Alrighty, so this is going to be how you actually light a joint. I feel like a lot of people don't quite go about lighting it correctly, and that leads to canoeing, which is one part of it will smoke faster than the other, which kind of ruins the whole experience. So if you go ahead and light it like this, it works a whole lot better. Basically, the whole concept is you're not going to have the joint in your lips and light it that way, because you'll actually suck the flame into the deeper part of the joint and burn it. It's kind of a lot like lighting a fancier cigar. You don't want direct heat like on the exposed flour. You really want to work on getting the cherry established like this by blowing on it and puffing on it without pulling the flame up to it. So just how that was done right there, that's perfect. You can see that the whole thing is cherried, and he didn't need to use the lighter with the joint at his lips, because that would have pulled the flame in a little bit too much, and it's irregular that way, and it kind of burns weird. So if you do it this way, it's going to work a whole lot better. It'll taste better. It won't be as harsh. It won't canoe as much. So doing it this way is definitely the best.
What is that? Oh, Jesus.
All right, and welcome back. That was Brandon. Nice job. Those were,
Brandon, you've had quite the day.
I had a long day. You saw I was baking. I was getting baked. It was a long day.
Baking and getting baked.
All these segments, I mean, they were cut up today, so it has been. They've been all over the place. Nikki, thanks for. I mean, the kitchen.
Yeah,
that was fantastic.
I need more brownies.
Ashton, thanks for the joint. It was more like a 4. I'm just messing around.
Ooh, look at that. They're digging into the brownies right now.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that.
After
Brandon's
everyone just saw me pound that joint, I will also have this bite of this brownie.
Well, we're sitting here working on our suntan today. Our lighting crew. Bobby Beans was on here, for his segment.
Mm-hmm.
He's got sunburn now. He already heard him from the back.
I mean,
he's
I'm the
right
ginger.
Now. He's hurting right now.
He's hurting. So if you see Bobby Beans in the store, give him some sympathy. But let's close on the day. I mean, it was quite the show put together. We had a lot of different things. Having the customer on was awesome. He was pretty stoked. We hooked him up with a trial. He wanted to try some THCP. Trying some chocolates.
Give him a cup.
Yeah.
Give him a cup, a shirt.
Brandon still got his brownie going on.
Not
here.
the joint, though. I mean, he should have had some brownies. He wasn't. That was before.
But no, it was, and then the baking, the brownies, those things look absolutely delicious.
Oh, you ate some? Don't act like they weren't delicious.
Yeah. I mean, they taste
Will
amazing.
had some too.
I ate a whole
just
tray.
trying to act like he's better than us.
I ate a whole tray. Yeah.
But let's get into, we are going to take a little bit of a break between podcasts here. So
For an important reason.
Well, we're expanding. So not only Virginia, Wisconsin, but now Pennsylvania. Excuse me. We are moving into Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And we'll all be out in Pittsburgh working on getting that store to open in a different state.
Our soft opening July 22nd still?
I believe July 22nd, right downtown, right in City Square, 105th Avenue. 105th Avenue.
Okay.
Yeah, it's called the Diamond Building. Really cool place.
Right downtown.
Right downtown
Yeah,
Pittsburgh.
yeah.
So we're looking to, root up some Steelers fans too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
we are Packers.
I know Packers, Steelers. I mean,
Go Pack.
Virginia.
Chiefs.
Oh,
We don't know who she is anymore.
football season.
They don't. It's because they had a lot of brownie.
But coming back, so we're gonna have that little break. But we want to talk about again, like, subscribe, give that shout out, because you do the like, subscribe, or the shout out. Brandon's going to send some product out. At times, we're still looking for people to come onto these shows to, especially as customers come on, like today. That was really awesome. But to get more people involved with it, because it's a lot of fun. It's actually been having a really good time.
Yep.
That's right.
But there's QR codes now. When you shop in our stores, check out some of the QR codes on product devices. For if Ashton has already done a video on breaking it down, it'll automatically take you to that device and how to use it and operate it. So that's something big. What else do we want to talk about? Anything crazy real quick?
Just if you follow, subscribe. You can know what we got going on, new products that are being released, and everything else as well.
Again, we've got a big promo July 4th.
Oh yeah, it's July 4th weekend.
But it's the whole weekend. So it's the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th.
Cool grab bags for the summer. I don't have one.
Brandon took a whole bunch of time to put together these grab bags. It's this little cool, like, summer little bag. Comes with a water bottle. Really cool koozie. I actually was really impressed with the quality of the koozie.
I had help too. Haley Guns production. Thank you. Shout out to those guys as well.
But and we want to just give that for everybody who comes in, spends over $100, you get a grab bag. Well, supplies last.
Yeah.
Because
yeah.
We have
We're
to
not
predict how many
manufacturing more.
customers are going to spend $100 in that setting. But again, we really want to thank you for joining us, taking the time to watch us screw around behind a little desk. Always we got some good bloopers in some of the cuts though today. It was actually it was a lot of fun. But we look forward to seeing you guys back on the next episode. We are going to have another breakdown. Politics, we've mentioned it a few times, but getting into politics and having more of those serious sit-down type discussions with certain people from not only the community, but law enforcement and lawmakers. It'll be really interesting to start dipping into that a little bit. But we want to thank you again. Again, like, subscribe, follow. Please give it a share.
Mm-hmm.
Brandon's looking to just send stuff out.
Yep.
Yeah. All right.
Yep. Have a happy and safe 4th of July.
Have a happy, safe 4th of July. That was going to say.
Indeed. Weed responsibly on the 4th of July.
Yeah, people picking up a bunch of stuff in here for the weekend.
Yeah.
Use it safely.
Yeah, definitely.
And there's one.
Okay.